Hello, my guys. Welcome to another episode of the Micro Kicks. What's the latest on transfer? It's 3 days to the end of the transfer window for clubs actually going into the Club World Cup. So, what's the latest? Chelsea value Ekitike at 67 million range, whereas Frankfurt demand 84 million. A full agreement before Tuesday isn't rolled out. As per today, there's been zero contact or offer this weekend. The fact is, the transfer window is spoiled. The transfer market is overvalued. And due to the fact that clubs are actually going into the Club World Cup, while some teams are trying to, rip them off because of the fact that these guys are going to the Club World Cup, they need players, they are very eager, they are desperate and all of that. That's why Real Madrid paid 10 million for a player who has less than a month left on his contract with Liverpool. That is Trent Alexander-Arnold. And also Jonathan Tah with Bayern Munich, Bayern Munich is actually paying, Van Leverkusen for a player who has barely few weeks to the end of his contract, just because they want to go to the Club World Cup. So right now, Frankfurt are trying to do the same with Chelsea. And trust me, Chelsea are not overpaying. This is a 22-year-old striker who is unproven. He has only played for PSG and now he's playing for Frankfurt. And to me, the best player in that team already left, which is Mamouche. Yes, he's a versatile player. Chelsea needs, a versatile kind of striker who could play in either wings. But let's be realistic. Let's be fair. Would Chelsea rather have 3 strikers in the squad right now? That's another question. Because if he comes in, then there's likelihood that Jackson will leave at the end of the day. So the fact is, this guy is overpriced. This guy is overvalued. I think they're just trying to rip Chelsea off. That's just the real truth. And Chelsea are not going to fall for this trap because Manchester United have fell for this trap a long time over the years. And that's why they bought a player like Casemiro for over 30 years old at the time or so for that amount of money. They are a team that is easily being ripped off. And Chelsea will not be in that mix. So to me, I feel this is just one of those mind games of Chelsea whereby Chelsea pretend they're actually pulling off the deal, and Frankfurt will become restless and keep waiting. If nobody actually comes to, for him, at the end of the day, they'll actually reduce the price going into, next season. And for the fact that Liverpool is actually interested, that they might be actually using that as another leverage to, get, a bigger fee for him going into the market. So let's see how it goes. To me, I think this guy is just overpriced, and I don't know what you think as a Chelsea fan. Do you think Chelsea should, as well negotiate? Because I don't think this guy is over 60 million euros. But right now they're pricing him at 100 million euros, and Chelsea are trying to beat the price down. So even Chelsea are even valuing him at 75 million or 80 million euros like currently right now. So I don't know. Let's see how it goes. But to me, I'm not convinced. Tell me what you think in the comment. Now let's move to the next story as quick as possible. Now, according to Fabrizio again, Barcelona rejected a swap bid from Chelsea. Femine Lopez for Nkunku offered Barcelona. Barcelona said no. The fact is, thank God people are beginning to notice the fact that Femine Lopez is a wonderful player. See, I've always rated this guy. So anytime I watch Barcelona games and he plays, I see a different kind of player. I see that kind of player that has this Messi Mount aggression. That kind of player that is very intelligent with the ball, that knows when to pass, but he has an eye for goal. That's the kind of player I see in Femine Lopez. He plays in the midfield. And I love how he plays. He's a very wonderful young player who is currently in the Spain squad. He played in the under-21 Olympic, I guess, and he played in the Spain squad as well. So he's a very, very good player. He's very versatile as well. He can play in either wings. Chelsea, any player that Chelsea are actually looking for or interested in right now in the market must be versatile. And that's how good this guy is. Femine Lopez is a wonderful player. Thank God people are beginning to notice his attributes. People are beginning to notice how good he is. Yes, he doesn't start much for Barcelona except for injury problems. But whenever he comes in, he delivers. Whenever he comes in, he shows what he's being worth. He shows his words as quick as possible. And thank God people are beginning to see how good this guy is. Now, to Nkunku, I think Chelsea actually made a mistake in January, pricing him out of a move to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich at the time, I think they were offering like 50 or so. Chelsea were asking for like 60 million euros for a player who doesn't play matches. Now, currently, since the January up to this point, Nkunku didn't play too much matches, even with the injury problems with Jackson. He hardly gets into the squad and all of that. Now, clubs are taking note. They are seeing the progression of this player. They are seeing the regression of this player. If you cannot get into the team when your main striker is being injured, and Chelsea rather play a false 9 with Pedro Neto or play George in that number 9 position, what is the likelihood that Chelsea will get 50-60 million for him? So Chelsea are trying to still look for a swap deal for him, but clubs are not accepting. Barcelona are not jumping on the deal. Bayern Munich were interested in January. They are no more interested as we speak. They prefer going for Rafael Leao, who could play on the wings, than a number 9 or a number 8 as a number 9 or a number 10 as Nkunku. So right now, Nkunku doesn't have suitors, and I'm not sure Chelsea wants to take him to the Club World Cup, because if he goes there, he's as good as nothing. He might probably sit on the bench, and that might reduce his value again. Because if Nkunku doesn't go to the Club World Cup, you've already reduced his value. So Chelsea needs to look for ways to start, making this publicity, making it as known as possible that this guy has to go. Creating offers, creating something in the media to actually make clubs actually come for this guy. At the end of the day, he will leave. But what is the value that is going to demand or that is going to command in the market? That's the fact. Because when you don't play players and you often put them on the bench, their value reduces. And that is what we are seeing with Nkunku. I just wish he gets a better club, to move to. What do you think as a Chelsea fan about Femine Lopez? Because trust me, this guy is a very good player. He might be an understudy to Palmer, or Chelsea might want to play him in a different position. But to me, honestly, this guy is a very, very good player. Tell me what you think about Femine Lopez. Now, let's go to the next story. Arsenal to sign Kepa Arrizabalaga from Chelsea. Deal in process is being finalized after the 30-year-old Spanish goalkeeper agreed to join Arsenal and fight for place. 5 million release clause in Chelsea contract next we need activating. The fact is, before he signed the contract, I think he signed the contract a year or 2 years ago. Before he signed that contract at Chelsea, they inserted a 5 million release clause in it. And right now, Chelsea are trying to reduce their wage structure, reduce their wage, in their books. And right now, he plays in Beaumont. 2 seasons ago, he played in Real Madrid and they won the Champions League. He was on the bench. And right now, he plays in Beaumont. He did absolutely fantastic in Beaumont this season. That's to tell you what game time actually gives and helps, a player going forward. Now, due to the fact that he played well at Beaumont, he got into the Spain national team at some point. Yes, he was sitting on the bench, but at some point he got into the Spain national team. But right now, Arsenal are interested, and 5 million will not be a problem for Arsenal. He will be an understudy to Raya. And to me, I don't think in any world that Kepa would actually put Raya to the bench. He would as well be the second choice goalkeeper. But would you rather want to be a second choice goalkeeper than to be a first choice goalkeeper in a club like Beaumont, who did so well this season, and probably next season they might take it a step further in qualifying maybe to the Conference League or so? But it all boils down to the salary. It all boils down to how much is earning currently. That might be the stumbling block with Beaumont at this point. So he's a very good player. But it just didn't work out in Chelsea after the first few years, and his place was taken. And right now, he has to go fight for a place in Arsenal, which he knows for a fact that he will be the second choice goalkeeper. And if he goes, perfect signing for Arsenal, good signing, good release for Chelsea, because he will be off the wage bill. And Chelsea are trying to let players off this season, to actually reduce the wage bill Chelsea has currently in Chelsea. So let's watch. What do you think, Chelsea fan? Do you think this is a good move for Kepa, or would you think he would have gone to a better club, that he would be a first team player, probably a club like Brentford? Oh, Brentford has just signed a goalkeeper that is the current Liverpool second choice goalkeeper, or maybe Fulham has Leno, or probably any other club in the Premier League who has probably a better status than Beaumont. But let's see how it goes. Let me know what you think. Now let's move to the next story. Talking about goalkeepers, AC Milan have rejected a bid from Chelsea for Maignan for less than 15 million. The final make or break offer is expected as early next week. The fact is, Chelsea wants to take him to the Club World Cup. And Chelsea fans, are you concerned with his previous Chelsea fans, are you concerned with the previous match he played? That's for the France national team and the woeful performance in that game. Let me know in the comments. Now, concerning him and Chelsea, I think Chelsea and AC Milan are playing in a hard ball here. Chelsea wants to take him to the Club World Cup. AC Milan knows for a fact that Chelsea wants to take him to the Club World Cup, and also for a fact that Chelsea are not going to overpay for the player. So they are trying to see who would break first. They're trying to see who, would, probably just say, okay, fine, let's go with the deal. The fact is, this is 15 million pounds Chelsea actually offer him. He has 1 year left on his contract, and that 15 million pounds actually translates to 20 million euros. I think AC Milan are holding out for 25-30 million euros for him, and to me, I think that is too much. But to me, I think Chelsea knows his value. Chelsea knows what they are going for. I think Chelsea should just, pull the plug. Probably 18 million would actually make the deal work at the end of the day. Chelsea are actually seeing this as the fact that this might be a risk. But to me, I think this is more or less than a risk, because you are buying him for a reduced amount of money. You give him a prolonged contract, maybe 3-4 years or 5 years contract. And maybe before he gets to there, if he doesn't perform really well, you can still sell him at 10 million and you still get at least a reasonable amount of money you've made. But this is a world-class goalkeeper who is the first choice for the France national team. So what are we talking about? He's very good. He has won the league with AC Milan. So why not just go spend this money and get him in and let him settle in before the Club World Cup, if you are not convinced with your current goalkeepers? At some point, you will hear that Chelsea are convinced and are happy with 4 goalkeepers we have currently. The next story on the next report you get is that Chelsea are not convinced with the 3 goalkeepers, Jorgensen, Sanchez, and Petrovic. So if you have those 3 goalkeepers and you're not convinced about them, so why not just pay what AC Milan are asking, or probably come to the middle terms or the middle ground and come to a truce and get this deal done? Because the Club World Cup is in few days' time. The transfer window for the Club World Cup ends in 3 days. So what are we doing? Are we just sitting and folding our arms and waiting for who to crack first? It is what it is. And also, there's a report concerning Gittens that Borussia Dortmund are asking for a way too much fee for Gittens. I don't know if Chelsea are going to crack on that. I don't know if Chelsea are going to take that. But Chelsea right now are not going to be overpaying for either transfer fee or either salaries at this point. So it might actually reduce the value or the quality Chelsea gets in the market. And that's one thing, you need to get quality at a premium. You need to get quality for you to actually win trophies going into next season. Next season, Chelsea should be competing for the league and also going far, probably semi-final or the final of the Champions League. It is possible. Chelsea are capable of that. But first, we need to get players. We need to get the right players in the rightful positions. Now, to the last story of today. Alejandro Garnacho, according to Fabrizio, will leave Manchester United. Decision confirmed on player and club side, set to part ways. Understand staying in the Premier League. Serious option with 3 clubs, already very clean. And Bayer Leverkusen with Italian clubs calling. First, Bayer Leverkusen is being coached currently by Erik ten Hag. And he was the guy who gave Garnacho the chance at Manchester United. So he's very, he still wants him. He's also interested in Anthony. So let's see how that goes if at the end of the day, Ten Hag gets his choice. But he is saying, according to Garnacho, that he wants to stay in the Premier League. Which club in the Premier League right now is actually interested in him? They're keeping that secret. But for the fact is that Chelsea should not go anywhere near him. He has an ego of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but he plays as a low-quality player. I don't know if it's just the style of play at Manchester United currently or the attitude, that is actually affecting him and affecting his play. He started well, but on the long run, he actually dropped off. I don't know what is wrong with him. I don't know if it's an attitude problem. He'll have a family issue that he is facing. But to me, I don't think he is the quality Chelsea needs, I think if he wants to stay in the Premier League, he should stay in the Premier League and prove Manchester United wrong. Probably score against them and celebrate. Maybe the clubs like Fulham, maybe Tottenham Hotspur, or one of these clubs, Wolves or something, can actually come you know, and sign him, and probably he has a release clause in case he performs well. There will be a leverage for him to leave at the end of the day to a bigger club. So let's see how it goes. Let's watch the space. Please let me know your thoughts concerning Ekitike. Let me know your thoughts concerning Garnacho, Kepa, Nkunku, and Maignan. Let me know. Share your thoughts in the comment. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed. Hit the like button and let me know what you think. I am actually targeting 100 likes for this video. Please let me know and hit the like button. Until I come away again next time, I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool. Cheers.